your grating bar. So that we'll wipe down our grating bar. And all I use is alcohol. See? And then I would suggest cleaning this off with the printer off too, so we'll turn it off real quick. I'll just wipe this thing down and go gently on the other side. Pull this back a little bit, get this back behind here, and just go back gently behind it. Don't pull too hard. Gently behind it, and make sure it's running in between the sensor. There's a sensor on this side. You want to make sure you don't take this out of. I'll show you the middle sensor. Back in here, if you look at this grating bar, there is a sensor back here that this grating bar needs to go in between. And you just gently push this down. Further enough where you can get the other side of this thing. And then you do the same thing. Bend this out a little bit and get behind it. And this is clean. And then let's see if I can show you from this side. Yeah, I'll show you from this side. There is a, it's hard to see. Yeah, let's see. So there we go. This sensor, there's a sensor right here where my finger is at, and you can see this bar is hanging on it. You want to make sure it's a slot that this goes back in between. You want to make sure it goes in between that slot, or your printer is definitely not going to print right. It's like kind of like a finger hanging over with a thin slot. You need that sensor. So that is done. Now we can turn her back on. Other things to check in your monthly maintenance is the waste tank. We did her a few days ago, so she's fine. You want to come around and check your heater. This is your set temperature here. You hit the set temp button and you can change this to whatever degrees you want. I have mine set to 88. Hit the set temp button again and it's done. This restart button is how you power this on and off. You just hold it and it turns off, and that's the gist of that. And you want to make sure you check your inks. So this is my varnish. I need to fill that, so I'll fill my varnish. This is my white, nice and white. You want to check this motor. Check this motor and make sure this motor's running. I've noticed something with this motor too. If you see this little Velcro setup, this cord from some reason has a short in it, but it runs as long as I have this set up like this. So you guys' motors may not be bad. When you restart this printer, this should come on right away. So I would wiggle around with this cord and see if that motor kicks on and off, and maybe set something up like that. I'll talk to Refinecolor and see why this has a short in it, but it's definitely a short there. Check my inks. Looks like maybe some black can get refilled. Red looks good, so check your inks. Refill those as needed. And then we are going to get to getting this bed back in alignment. So put this down so you can see that. And I'm gonna bring this over. Just remember, we brought it up, but we didn't bring it all the way up. So we want, they say 1 to 2 millimeters. I get this thing as close as I possibly can get it without touching. So to me, that looks good. I like that. That's a good place to start. And I'll run prints and see what it looks like. And if I need to get it closer, take it down some, I will. So I'm gonna turn the heater on. Turn my fan on, put suction on, get the rollers ready. And it looks like we are good to try to test this thing and see what she does. Let's lock this back. We're not going to do a clean. I'm going to go and print EXP and just force flush this with the ink load. And then we'll come back and get some nozzle checks and see what they look like.